Michael?
That's me. What's up,
Okay.
DeAndre?
What's up, man?
Hey, just a quick thing. First of all, DeAndre, just wondered how you felt physically. You're getting back into it. It sounds like it's been a high level of competition. How have you been? How have you been doing that in that end so far?
I mean, I'm still able to walk, so I feel like I've done fairly well. No, it's been great. I feel pretty good. Our practices have been super intense. We've been going at it. We're super competitive. Everybody here wants to win any kind of low competition that we have, which is great. But even within the competition, we're still being able to learn stuff and still have productive practices. So.
For sure. Hey, DeAndre, how often during these scrimmages, when you guys have been out there, how often have you been playing with AD and how often have you been playing with other units? And just wonder what the basis is there.
I think coach has done a great job of mixing it up, having us be able to gel with each other equally as much as possible. I played a lot with AD. I played a lot with Braun, Russ, Taylor, Wayne. So just trying to Bays. So just being able to get different looks and feels for each other on where guys want screens, where guys have better tendencies on defense and things like that. But I think we're using these past couple of days to just be able to have intense practices, learn the schemes that we have for this team, and also be able to just learn each other a little bit better.
Dave?
DeAndre, Sunday, tomorrow you guys play the Nets, and it's not going to look like it's going to look like a regular season. A lot of guys are resting, but do you have any inclination of that could be the big matchup at the end of the road, like Lakers, Nets, and have you thought about that potential considering your history with Brooklyn?
I mean, I got love for a lot of those guys over there, but I mean, at the end of the day, in the West you got to go through Phoenix, and in the East you got to go through Milwaukee, regardless of what everybody else wants to say. And obviously, both teams have championship aspirations, so not gonna say that we don't want to be playing late in June for a title, but it's going to take the 82 games for us to be able to gel and get ready, and I'm sure the same for those guys. But we can't look at tomorrow as a finals prediction. If it happens, it happens. But I think we're just trying to focus on us and us being healthy and us, figuring out a way to be able to be there in June. So.
Bill?
When did you realize that was going to be the first game that you were going to play was going to be against those guys? Did you figure that out pretty quickly after you decided to come here, or did you?
Well, I knew that when I was still.
When you were in Brooklyn.
But I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's another basketball game. You never know who's going to play, who's not going to play. So you can't go into games like this thinking about anything but us going in there, focusing on what we've been practicing the past week and trying to incorporate it into a game.
Hi.
DJ, I know you were essential to KD and Kyrie ending up in Brooklyn, and those guys have dealt with so many health issues. Haven't seen a lot of that tandem, and even with James, it's been rare that everyone's been healthy. Now, I know you're in a good situation here in LA, but do you feel a little bit like I planted the seeds? I'm not going to be there to see the harvest come when it comes to.
No, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Like I said, I got a lot of love for those guys over there. So I'm not thinking about, I should have. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about where I'm at now, and my focus is here with these group of guys, and I'm excited about it. Like I said, you have plenty of friends on different teams, and you're not thinking about how their season's going. You wish them luck and wish them health, but I'm focused on what we have here.
Dan?
When you signed here, you said you wanted to compete. That was a big part of it. You want to play. You want to come to a situation where you can get on the court and do that. This team has so many different options at center. What do you think it's going to be like navigating all of that, knowing that there are going to be certain nights where it's going to be a lot of AD at the five, there are going to be other nights where it's you, or you guys could do a lot of different stuff there, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's the blessing of it, is having a lot of different lineups that you can use. And I think that each game is going to have a say on what we do. We could be rolling with a huge lineup, and we'll win with that. And some games may need us to go small. And I think that at this point of my career, of all of our careers, at the end of the day, ultimately we just want to be able to win and be able to, achieve something as a collective. And that's all I'm worried about. Obviously, last year in Brooklyn, there was times where I, towards the end of the season where I didn't play, we went small and things like that, and I handled it like a pro. and I'm expected to do the same thing here. And I'm going in, and I'm going to compete every day, and we'll see.
Is it different though? I mean, is it easier to deal with that at, what are you now, like 52 or something like that, than when you were like
51.
Yeah, when you were like 20. You know what I mean? Like, because you have been the center on almost every NBA team you play for.
Father Time is undefeated there.
Sure, you're washed. That's what you're saying now. You're old.
No, I'm not saying that at all.
But is it different though? I mean, it's a different way to handle it, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, I've been in that position before where I've been expected to play 38 minutes plus a night. So I've seen that, I've done that, and as your career goes on, your body changes, your role changes, and I'm fine with that. It's happened to a ton of different players, and they've still been able to accept a new role and be successful in their role. And I feel like throughout my career, I've been a role guy, and if that changes a little bit, that's fine. I'm still gonna be a team first guy.
Follow up with Bill.
DJ, it wasn't that long ago that you and Dwight were two of the premier centers and dominant forces in the West, and had some pretty memorable matchups. What were those matchups like for you? I mean, were those matchups
Very physical.
And you enjoyed those?
Yeah, hell yeah, I enjoy physicality. I feel like when I first came into the league in 2008, that's all it was physicality. There was rarely a lot of stretch fives out there because it was a lot of, post turn five, actions and things like that. But, being able to play against Dwight was great. He had he got the ball a lot in the post, and, defensively he was a force. He still is a force down there, being able to block and alter shots and just being an enforcer on both ends. So being able to go against him in practice every day for multiple days this week has been great for me, and I'm sure him as well.
Is it the same? I mean,
Yeah, you see him? Yeah, hell yeah.
Last follow up, Mike Trudeau.
Hey, DeAndre, just wondered on offense and defense, what's important for you when you're playing alongside Davis when he's at the four?
When he's at the four, I'm trying to space as much as possible, help him get some assists. So I could like to hover around the baseline corner three, try to get those up as much as possible. And then if I'm not doing that, I'll probably just work the dunker and, look for little shovel passes from him, little lob passes, touch passes. Just try to make the defense play honest as much as possible and not clog up the paint, like they do sometimes on him a lot. And, when we do that, then he's able to get into his rhythm. And then when they do double, we'll have shooters being able to knock down those shots.